Hello, friends, and thanks for tuning in, if you have, to your Friday One show with Alex Jones.
And Chris Evans.
With us tonight, only the most successful British singing star of all time.
He's seen off the Teddy Boys of the 50s.
The mods of the 60s.
The glam rockers of the 70s.
The new romantics of the 80s.
The indie kids of the 90s.
And he became the first artist to have a top 5 single in 6 consecutive decades in the noughties.
After over 50 years in show business, he's still the original young one.
Of course, we can only be talking about Sir Cliff Richard!
I'm good, thank you. Oh, well, now look at that. Now you've got 2 dinosaurs on the show.
Yeah, do you like it? Oh.
What do you think of the rest of tonight's audience, Cliff? Give us a wave, everybody.
Fantastic.
Jam-packed. And now we've got to discuss the tennis. We've got to talk about the tennis, haven't we?
I know. You know, I wore a big red tartan jacket to watch Nadal and Murray.
Yeah.
And, of course, then I had to come here.
I know, we're terribly sorry about that.
I know.
Where did you get this tartan jacket from?
It's a Versace, actually.
Oh, my goodness me.
Yeah, nice.
It's a Versace.
McVersace.
But I mean, you can still wear it Sunday, possibly.
And I thought I'd save it for the day, and he's having a tough time at the moment on the court.
Yeah, OK. I mean, if you're watching the repeat, you'll know whether he's won or he's lost. He's not looking so good at the moment. That's why we're on the other channel. But it all gets far too complicated, so let's not talk about it. But you've been at Wimbledon today, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I just spent a couple of hours there. I had a photo shoot this afternoon, and then I came here to see you guys.
So which match did you see this morning?
I saw the Djokovic and... Was it Djokovic and Tsonga?
Yeah, and Tsonga.
Djokovic and Tsonga.
Yeah, good match.
And how often do you go every year? Is it every day? Is it every other day? Do you pick and choose?
Well, if I can get here for the full 2 weeks, I like to have the whole full 2 weeks.
Right.
Because as a member of the club, I can go in and sit with all the other members. And I really enjoy that. It's fantastic. And it's a great viewpoint.
How did you become a member of Wimbledon? How does that work?
Somebody has to die.
Oh, no. Who was it in your case?
I don't know who it was. I didn't ask. I had to wait for about 4 years. But, you know, I read an article. I thought 4 years didn't seem a long time to me, but I read a story in a newspaper, and this guy said he'd been waiting for 60 years and he assumed he's not going to get it.
Oh.
So it can be a long time that before they invite you to join.
So you'll go and see the girls tomorrow?
No, I'm at a wedding tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to see some other girls, but... I'm going to be at a wedding.
Who's getting married tomorrow? Come on, let's say good luck to them.
Just a friend of mine and his daughter. He's an Indian guy. They're having a... Well, their weddings last like a fortnight, and I can't do any of the other days, so I'm going tomorrow. I'm giving up on the
And we've got
girls.
Kerry on the show later.
We've got Kerry on the show later, and of course you're half Indian, quarter Indian, whole Indian?
No, I'm non-Indian.
I thought when you're born in India or something.
I was born in India.
Ah, there you go.
But that doesn't make you an Indian,
No.
you see.
Well, you were just there for the day. I didn't know.
I often wish I did, because if you look at Indian people, the guys have great-looking hair.
So do you, and great skin. You are Indian, that's the thing, that's the deal there.
Now, throughout the show, Cliff, we're going to pepper the show with questions from viewers to you. So here's the first one. Here we go.
Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
Sir Cliff, what's the best birthday present you've ever had?
Oh, my goodness, you know, I don't know. I mean,
I know, the cake you had from us when you came on last time.
That's very high on the
There
list.
we are.
Other than that, though...
No, but funny enough, I think the most interesting one, and nowadays they're quite common, but way back, I was given a key ring that had a little torch on the end of it. You know when you're trying to find a keyhole at night time? And I thought that was one of the most interesting. But, you know, there's so many gifts I've had, I can't begin to pick one out.
All right, well, there's a little gift there. Baby Enzo, that was in our little VT, by the way. Good evening, Baby Enzo. And what else was going on with Baby Enzo?
We need to say thanks to Lewisham Hospital.
Yeah, for sorting that whole thing out. I want to celebrate Cliff's fans throughout the years and throughout the show. So if you've been snapped with Cliff, we've gone from Quiz Richard to Click Richard, all right? Send your photos tonight to the One Show at bbc.co.uk.
Yeah.
Now, Cliff, your to-do list, is there anything left to do that you haven't done already?
Well, I'd like to have another sort of 10 or 15 number ones.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. But you've already done that. These are things she's never done before.
Oh, yeah, but having number ones is always ahead of you.
All right.
So, I mean, I'd like to catch up with a few more, but it gets tougher.
What about being in a Star Trek film? Because you do love Star Trek.
Oh, yeah, I love Star Trek. I used to have the whole collection of videos of almost all but about 6 I couldn't find. And when suddenly it became DVDs, I gave them to my gardener had grandchildren who wanted to see them, so I gave them to him.
So you're
but the new Star Trek. Whoa, fantastic.
Yeah?
I'd love to be in one of those.
Okay.
All right, well, maybe that could happen. If you've ever wondered how they make those amazing creatures for things like Star Trek and Doctor Who, then we've got a bloke now who you just have to meet.
Yeah, he is the ultimate monster maker. Let's welcome Neil Gorton and some of his creations.
Yeah. Come on, Neil. Who are these guys? Look at this dude.
Yeah. This is our Tyrannosaurus and our robot. So just a couple of friends I thought I'd bring along for the evening.
No, they're really good. Because there was a time when monsters on telly, and even in movies, looked a bit dodgy. I mean, look, you can see how realistic they are. When did that change? Who was the guy that changed all that?
Well, it really started changing in the 80s, you know, where all these kind of movies really took off. And there was a lot of people who in Hollywood particularly, there's a guy I admire called Rick Baker who built a lot of creatures. He did, like, Men in Black and movies like that, and he was a real pioneer.
But which was the movie that got it right first time and you all went, now we're talking?
I suppose Star Wars. It was the special effects movie. The first time around, you just went, this is revolutionary. This is totally brand new.
You a Star Wars fan, Cliff?
I was. I saw them all.
Yeah?
I mean, I like the new Doctor Who as well. I can't believe that I'm not watching a movie.
OK, well, Neil, you worked on Doctor Who, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been with the series since it came back.
It's down to this guy?
What's the favourite monster you've created, then?
Davros, probably, from Doctor Who, just because he was when I was a kid in the 70s, I always watched Doctor Who, and Davros was... I mean, when I was really little, I was just wondering where did they find an actor that was so withered?
Yeah.
You know, and then it dawned on me that there was all this makeup involved, and I absolutely loved the character, so when I got to do him for the new series, it was a dream come true.
Yeah, and also, you know, you haven't got, you know, huge multi-million-pound budgets working for the BBC.
No.
So you did a really good job there, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, and here we have Davros. We also have a remote-controlled griller.
Yeah, this is another little friend of mine. This is a personal project. We're building all these characters so that they can go out and meet the public, basically.
Cliff, can Cliff have a go?
Cliff, do you want to have a play? This is basically, you've got the mouth.
I got the mouth.
There we go. Wiggle.
What's this one for? Oh, his nose.
See, that's his nose.
Cliff, can you sing one of your songs and get him to sing it along?
The mouth is on this one.
Here we go.
She's just a devil woman.
Brilliant. Where did you learn, then, to make all this stuff?
I was basically self-taught. When I was a kid, you know, Star Wars came out, I was only about 7, and you just... there wasn't all the information that's available today. So I found every book and magazine I could and learned what I could and taught myself. But nowadays, there's
It's his breath I'm worried about.
But nowadays, there's actually university degrees you can get. The BBC have got a great website, the BBC College of Production, where you can get a real look behind the scenes. I do a lot of teaching myself. I run a little courses. So, you know, there's a lot of area. If people get on the net, they can find loads of ways to educate.
How long does it take to do one of those shows, one of the Doctor Who shows? Because it looks as though all the effects and stuff that it would take ages to do.
I mean, we normally start about 6 weeks in advance of the filming.
To do 6 weeks for one show?
For one show. I mean, they're running all the time, but we'll have about 6 weeks. They'll have been writing it and prepping it even before. So I think one show, if you'd followed it start to finish, is about 6 months.
All right, and Neil, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? You told us in rehearsal. Tell everybody this is brilliant.
I'd love to build a zoo, an animatronic zoo. Because when you go to the zoo, you want to be you want to be in the cage and stroke things.
And don't feed the animals because they're not real.
Yeah.
It's just, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Thank you, dude. Give us a high five. Can you do a high five? Can you give us a high five? All right. OK. As Neil said, the BBC is keen to share its expertise. So if you're inspired by Neil's work and you think you might be the next prosthetics genius or animatronic master, then visit our website. You've done it again.
Come on.
Cardiff is really it nowadays.
Have
Seriously.
you been to Cardiff, Clive?
Not recently, no.
Did you just play?
I've been into Cardiff, but I mean, that's one of those changed cities like Birmingham, Liverpool, Newcastle. These places have really changed over the years.
Naissance cities.
But you haven't had a little walk around?
No, not recently.
Just to point out, you just pointed at Sir Cliff.
Sorry, Sir Cliff.
Let's not even point at me.
All right?
All right.
Okay. Now, we have another question, a quiz, Richard, from one of our one-show viewers.
We're all going on a summer holiday, no more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday, no more worries for me or you. For a week or two. birthday romance. Have you ever had one?
She's a cheeky one.
No, but it looks as though I might.
All right, listen, there's this whole stack of albums next year. There's 88 albums. Surely they can't be by the same person. Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. They're by Sir Cliff Richard.
Yes, they are.
88 albums. Incredible, that is.
Well, it is incredible because it's not that long. I mean, I've only been singing for, 100 years, and 88 is most of that time.
Yeah, but the brand new one, Soulicious, it's not in this pile.
No, we've got it just about finished now.
OK, and there's a tour on the back of it, isn't there?
It's what? Oh, yeah, there's a bit, yeah. There's a tour is going to be... Can I tell you where we're going to be? We're going to start in Nottingham. We're going to play in Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, Birmingham, and London.
Cardiff.
Cardiff.
Oh, it's no, an alternative holiday destination.
Hey, it's never too late to add Cardiff onto the bill.
It's true.
OK.
I'll try and sort something out. but it's not... I mean, this album that I've done, I sing with some icons. You'd know them. All the people like the Temptations and the Stylistics and Roberta Flack, Peebo Bryson, Frida Payne.
Who sorts all that out?
Percy Sledge.
Well, it was David Guest, actually, who was a good friend of Gloria Hunniford's, and they were having dinner one night, and suddenly I got this phone call, and he said, I think you should try singing some soul stuff. So I said, OK, if you can put it together, I'd have died and gone to heaven, and here I am in heaven.
The question that begs is, how does Gloria Hunniford know David Guest?
How does anybody know David Guest?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess they've met up a couple of times. Gloria likes to do the scene, and, she likes to play the rooms, and I guess she'd certainly meet a lot more people than I ever would. Because I tend to stay at home a lot.
Yeah.
OK, now, lots of these albums, these duet albums can be done, like, when one person's on planet Earth, the other one's on Mars. But here's you at work with one of the big stars.
Which one is it?
Pull them little strings and I'll sing you a song. I'm your puppet. Make me do right or make me do wrong. I'm your puppet.
Very nice. Very nice.
So that was, of course, you and Percy Sledge in Memphis. How long were you out there for, then?
I was in Memphis for about 3 weeks, and I spent a couple of weeks in New York. Because Lamont Dozier, the one character there that wasn't Percy Sledge or me, was Lamont Dozier. And he and Holland, Dozier and Holland, wrote 54 #1 Motown hits and about 120 top 10 ones. And then when I came to New York, I worked with Asher and Simpson. They produced 4 tracks for me. But Percy was funny because he's such a gentleman. I can't tell you. These people were so nice to me. It was unbelievable. He came in and we said, OK, it's, you're my puppet. He said, oh, I know that one. Anyway, when it came to the bit that he had to do where it goes, I'm your boy, sweet little soul, he said, I don't know that bit. And then so I sat down. It was just before we actually practiced it. And me and Percy were like that now.
Yay!
I taught him that bit.
But you're not like that with Elvis, are you? I mean, speaking of Memphis, you did have an invitation to go to Graceland, but you said no.
Well,
I'm not coming for a cup of tea.
No, I did go. I went to Graceland this time when I was in Memphis, but I went to Graceland when it was still Elvis's, when Elvis was still alive, even though he wasn't there. He heard I was coming and went to Vegas.
Is that true, though?
No, he was in Vegas filming, I think, Viva Las Vegas.
And why didn't you want to go and hook up with him at the time? What happened there?
Well, I mean, I never got a chance to hook up with him except once. When Devil Woman was a hit in America, this journalist said to me, I'm a friend of Elvis. I believe you were inspired by him. I could arrange the meeting. And I said, OK. And then I thought, wait a minute. I said, Elvis is really fat now. He's put on a lot of weight. And I said, he diets before he does a movie. I'd rather have a photograph on my wall of me with the Elvis that inspired me.
Well, at least you're honest about that.
Well, now I think I was really stupid.
Yeah.
I would give anything to be able to say, yes, I
Hey, Cliff, General hindsight never won a war.
No, I know.
You know that. It's Friday now, and that means food. Jay, what are we tucking into tonight?
Tell me, Alex, Chris, how much do you like a curry?
Oh, we love a curry.
Oh, I love curry.
He was slightly in your shot. He saw it in the monitor and just moved out. Cliff,
I did.
He's the greatest guest in the world. He's the guest that keeps
Thank you,
giving.
Cliff.
Come back every week.
No, it was more the body odour that bothered me.
I washed this week.
Jay,
Yes.
is curry only an Indian thing?
No, not all curries are Indian. We have a selection of curries here from all over the world. I have to say, I was laughing as this was being laid out because they said everything will be marked for you. Of course, it's marked with a flag.
We love a bit of
And I'm looking at this thinking, OK,
that's the Indian one.
Yeah, that is the Indian. Now,
Japanese.
let's start over here with the Indian. Where do you think this dish has actually come from?
Can we all taste?
Yeah, you can.
This one?
Yeah.
Birmingham.
It is. Well, that makes it easy, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a balti.
Hang on a
And
second, let's
the
be polite
balti,
here. Here
the
we are.
balti was invented in this country for migrants
that's a
from India and Pakistan coming into Birmingham, and they didn't have their families with them, so they needed canteens to eat in. And, you know, the word balti in one language in India actually means, do you know what it means?
No.
Bucket.
Bucket. Bouquet.
Yes, bucket. Anyway, let's move round.
Well, it's cooked in a sort of bucket thing, isn't it?
Well, it's
that is
served
the
in a
balti.
bucket thing. Right, over here, Japanese katsu curry.
Right, let's have a taste of that.
Curry flavours, curry sauce, was actually, as one story has it, introduced to Japan by
You're right there.
the British. I feel like I'm trying to lecture people in the middle of a picnic.
Well, to be honest, you brought curry in, right? So,
All right, so the British
Yeah.
brought trade into Japan. Japanese food has been influenced by a lot of places outside of Japan, and it's the Raj bringing food over from India to Japan. It's estimated, one survey, that every Japanese person eats 125 servings of that.
Wow.
I've got the
Yeah.
taste now. Have you got the taste?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was meant to be Indonesia, but I can see that it has the Malaysian flag. I hope that's
Well, maybe
the
they've
Malaysian
just
flag.
reclaimed it.
Fish head curry.
Yeah.
That's probably an acquired taste. We have some Burmese curries here. We have a duck and potato curry. I have to try and get my fork into that one. Although talking and
Oh,
eating
my.
this.
They are so different, aren't they?
Is this a
All
Thai
over the
green
place.
one here?
It is fine.
Not great for the bloke talking about curry to actually have a load.
I'm sorry. You put this food in front of me. What's going to happen? From a very good Thai restaurant down I'm not going to name it. We have a Massaman curry, which is a really rich, coconutty, beefy curry. They sometimes make it with lamb. And in front of it, a Penang.
That's a bit spicy, isn't it, Cliff?
These are all beautiful, by the
These
way.
are all
I don't know
serious.
who made
Have we got
these,
any
but these are
water?
beautiful.
I do actually know who
good.
makes them, and I get
Look,
these as
here
my
we are.
takeaways on Fridays.
Thank you very
sometimes.
much. Thank you.
Do you?
Yeah, but I'm not
Now,
naming...
Cliff, you look after yourself. You're not controlling. You're more disciplined. But you do say, even though you don't have enough curries nowadays, if you had one more meal on the planet, it would be a curry, wouldn't it?
Oh, I think so. I think so. I tend to go for Indian curries, but I've always liked the Thai. That one's very, very good.
It is very spicy.
Well, they're not so much hot. They're just peppery.
No,
aren't
but
they?
curries don't have to be hot. The chili makes it hot.
Yeah.
The curry is really a whole bunch of spices and herbs and stuff.
But you're a big Chinese fan because I know a restaurant that you go to on. Well, let's just say it's over there. So
Yeah.
Down the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave it.
Very
Some foodie news, Jay, please.
Foodie news. We did a little film a couple of months ago about the growing of meat in laboratories and would this be a solution to environmental problems through the raising of livestock. Was a report this week. The Dutch say they are 1 year away from the laboratory-grown hamburger.
No.
Oh.
Now,
You mean it comes up as a hamburger?
well, it basically is laboratory-grown meat. If you can get
mean
a
it's-
protein culture, you can grow it.
Yeah, but does that mean it's a cow in a room and then they just chop its head off and mince it up?
No, it doesn't mean that. If it meant that, then obviously that would be not just a hamburger grown in a laboratory, but an entire cow.
Well, we'll leave those two chatting. We've got to move on now.
Yeah, time now to celebrate our viewers' lives. Take it away, Cliff.
What about,
Yeah, we are.
wait a minute, you're talking about Angela Lippin?
Yeah.
Angela Lippin. That's because I've just had Japanese food. Angela Rippon's Britain.
That's
Yes,
right,
come on.
yes. Yeah. Now then, did you know that there's a rose called Cliff Richard? Have us a little sniff for that. Go on.
Yeah, I did know, actually. It's a Floribunda type.
Have you had loads of roses named after you?
No, but there is one, I think, called Summer Holiday.
Yeah?
There's after the film.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this one.
OK. Right on, Judith. Well done. Now, Christine loves to go to celebrities' gardens, and she'd like to go to yours in Barbados, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, is that done?
When does she want to come?
Done deal.
Yeah, done deal.
Oh, we love it. How big is your garden in Barbados?
But just under 3 acres.
Wow.
But a lot of it's a hill that you can't use.
Right, OK, well, she does want to see that.
So basically, it's about half an acre.
All right, OK.
There we are. OK, well, we asked at the beginning of the show for some pictures of people who'd met you. We've had loads in,
And we're not going to do them
surprisingly.
yet because we've got a question
Aren't we?
first from the viewer.
Right, OK, then we'll look
'Cause
at a question from the viewer.
The pictures go into the picture thing about the
Right.
peacock. You
Okay.
remember? OK. Here's another quiz, Richard.
Young ones, darling, really young ones, and young ones shouldn't be afraid.
So, Cliff, I'd like to ask you, is there anything you wish you'd done when you were a young one?
Well, do you know, I always wished I'd be a singer, and I got that.
Yeah.
I always wished I'd have a gold album, and I got that. So I ran out of wishes really early. And remember, I was a child star, so I was already wishing for those things as a child, and I got them. But when I think back, my life's been too nice.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I can't think of anything that can improve it.
No more than you
Christine
deserve,
Houghton in
though.
Barbados.
I mean, you put the graft in.
Barbados, yeah. I always wished for a place like that, and I've got one.
You put the hours in, haven't you? You know, I mean, that's it.
Well, you have to put the hours in, and then, of course, when you actually get what you want, it takes even more hours to keep it going.
Yeah. OK. To be as good, you've got to be better. I think that's the thing.
Yes.
We've been asking their viewers to have Click Richard going on. Quiz Richard, Click Richard. I love
It's
all
like
that stuff.
Groundhog Day, so we asked for your pictures of you with Cliff Richard.
Pictures. Yeah. Kathy and Cliff in 1964. This is cool 60s Cliff. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
OK, look at that.
Whoa!
Wow.
Kathy had won Mirabelle magazine's Girl of the Year competition.
But that's... Oh, wait a minute, though. That's not me actually standing beside her, is it?
Yes.
No, it looks like you've been pasted on.
No, but what I mean...
thought
Yeah, I thought it was pasted, but it's true.
No,
is
that's it.
Wait,
Yeah.
What was I doing? I don't wear clothes. Oh,
You were
no.
just looking-
That was a
Oh,
movie. It
you're
must
so
be a movie
handsome.
set. She must have won a visit to the movie set.
Wow. All right.
So
let's go there.
handsome. This is Irene Stewart and Cliff in Glasgow.
Which one's Cliff?
Nice shirt, that's right up my street there. And our director said, he looks better now. That's how he talks, by the way. Donna from Clacton-on-Sea with Cliff in 1990. This is very cool. Backstage at your Brussels
Oh,
gig.
my God, look at that, yeah. Look at that hair. I love that hair.
You look
I
very
have.
tanned.
I think I should grow it out more.
No, you're fine.
Well, it'll stop it coming out.
You're fine, don't worry about that. We've got time for some more if you want to send them to us. More pictures now. You are, in many ways, the peacock of British television. I mean it! Don't you think Alex is beautiful?
Oh.
Yes.
There you go. Right, got out of that one. Cliff, we've got another question from the youth, another quiz. Richard, here we go.
Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll.
So, I want to know what satisfies your soul, Cliff.
Well,
Can we have this audience every week?
I think if you're a singer, the thing that really is satisfying is when you do something on stage and then you get that fantastic response from an audience. If you've done it right, you get it double the response. So I think singing satisfies my soul. And, you know, singing with other singers, I've never had the opportunity to sing with others the way I've sang on the new album, because they're all soul singers, and it was fantastic.
There you go. That's the perfect
That's the
answer.
answer.
It's the other soul singers that satisfies your soul when you're singing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to an audience that claps like and whoops like and oohs like tonight's audience. All right, we've got to admit it. Andy Murray is no longer in Wimbledon.
Oh, no!
Forget about the blokes. Let's talk about the ladies' tennis. Yeah, we've got some more of your photographs with Cliff. Look at cool Cliff here again.
Whoa, on the
with
bottle.
a bottle of no doubt his own one, I reckon that is. That's Cliff in the Argyle with Christine Gibson.
And a bottle of wine.
I think it's your wine.
This one is a really nice one. Look at that. It's like a film, isn't it? A rom-com.
It is.
It's Caroline with Cliff at Caesar's Palace, Luton, in 1989. Do you remember Caroline?
I remember Caesar's Palace.
Oh, there we are.
That is a very cool snap.
Sorry, Karen.
And now here's the thing. You're not actually in this picture, but Paul Cheshire and all his pals went to watch Summer Holiday, and then they went and emulated it themselves. And this is them on their summer holiday after watching your movie.
They all went on that bus?
Yeah. How
That
brilliant
must
is
have been a
that?
tight fit.
All right, well, listen, Cliff, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
All right, you're going to go to the tennis on Sundays?
I will, yeah. I've got to change my costume now, though.
Yeah.
If Murray's not there, I'm not going
Yeah.
to wear my Scottish jacket.
What are you going to wear instead?
I just might go in a beach outfit.
I think you're going to say the buff then. Well, listen, good luck with Solicious.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
That is all for tonight. As Chris says, Cliff's Solicious Tour starts on October the 15th in Nottingham, with gigs then in Manchester, Newcastle, London, Birmingham and Liverpool. And tickets are on sale now, aren't they?
They are on sale now.
So as far as the tennis is concerned, you know, Britain is out completely. So hang on a minute. What are we going to do? I know. I've got it. Come on, David. Hey!
Next week, we've got Tony Bennett, Karen Brady, John Barrowman and Steve Martin. Have a brilliant weekend. Bye.
Thanks to